Sarah had always been drawn to the peculiar and mysterious. Her fascination with the unknown had led her to explore countless abandoned buildings, delve into cryptic legends, and immerse herself in the supernatural. It was no surprise when she stumbled upon a quaint antique shop tucked away in the heart of the city, a place that promised to satisfy her craving for the enigmatic. The shop, known simply as Eccentric Antiquities, was a treasure trove of curiosities from days long past. It was the sort of place where time seemed to stand still, and every item held a story waiting to be uncovered. Sarah's eyes wandered through the dimly lit aisles, scanning shelves lined with vintage trinkets, weathered books, and dusty relics of forgotten eras. As she meandered deeper into the shop, a particular object caught her attention. It was a full-length mirror, its frame ornate and weathered, the glass slightly cloudy. Unlike the other items in the shop, this mirror exuded an aura of inexplicable intrigue. Its presence seemed to whisper to Sarah, beckoning her closer. Sarah's fingers brushed the mirror's cold, aged surface, and she couldn't help but notice her reflection. It was different, distorted somehow. Her features seemed sharper, her eyes more intense, as if the mirror had captured a version of herself she didn't recognize. Intrigued and slightly unnerved, she inquired about the mirror's origins. The shopkeeper, an elderly man with a mop of white hair and piercing blue eyes, explained that it had been unearthed from a long-forgotten estate sale. Its history was shrouded in mystery, with tales of misfortune and unexplained occurrences linked to those who had possessed it. Despite the ominous stories, or perhaps because of them, Sarah felt an irresistible pull toward the mirror. She negotiated a price with the shopkeeper and left the store, her new acquisition carefully wrapped in brown paper and twine. Little did she know that the mirror she had brought home would open a door to a world she could never have imagined. That night, Sarah placed the mirror in her bedroom, angling it so that it faced her bed. She couldn't resist the urge to gaze into it before sleep claimed her. As she studied her reflection, something peculiar happened. Her image began to distort, as if a subtle ripple was passing through the glass. It wasn't a trick of the light. It was something else entirely. Sarah's heart quickened, and she stepped closer to the mirror, her breath misting up the surface. Her reflection remained distorted, contorting into grotesque shapes that sent a shiver down her spine. It was as though the mirror held a dark secret, and it was revealing it to her, piece by unsettling piece. Unable to tear her eyes away, Sarah watched in horror as her reflection took on a life of its own. It reached out from the glass, its shadowy hand emerging into her world. Panic surged through her veins, and she stumbled back, crashing into her dresser. The mirror's sinister reflection continued to stretch and contort, its malevolent form seeping further into her room. Terrified, Sarah reached for her phone and dialed 911. She stammered out an urgent plea for help, explaining that something from her mirror was trying to enter her room. The dispatcher on the other end of the line assured her that help was on the way. As she waited, Sarah felt a chilling presence in the room. The mirror's reflection had taken on a ghastly, skeletal form, its eyeless sockets fixed on her with an eerie intensity. It whispered incomprehensible words, a language of darkness that sent shivers down her spine. Within minutes, the police arrived at Sarah's home, their flashing lights illuminating the night. They cautiously entered her bedroom, guns drawn. To their bewilderment, they found Sarah cowering in a corner, her eyes locked on the mirror. One of the officers approached the mirror cautiously, his reflection appearing distorted and grotesque in its surface. He touched the glass, and as he did, the sinister reflection within seemed to recoil, retreating back into the mirror. The officers, baffled by the bizarre scene, called for backup. Within hours, a team of paranormal investigators arrived at Sarah's home. They examined the mirror with an array of instruments, their faces etched with concern. It was clear to them that the mirror harbored a malevolent force, a gateway to a realm of darkness. Over the following days, the investigators delved into the mirror's history. They uncovered tales of those who had owned it, stories of tragedy and madness that seemed inextricably linked to its presence. The mirror, it appeared, had a hunger for souls, and it would stop at nothing to claim them. Determined to rid Sarah of the mirror's curse, the investigators conducted a series of rituals and incantations. They hoped to seal the malevolent force within the mirror once and for all. It was a harrowing process, fraught with danger, as the mirror fought back with a ferocity that left them all shaken. Finally, after a grueling battle between the forces of light and darkness, the mirror's malevolence was contained. It retreated into the glass, its sinister reflection fading until it was once again a simple, cloudy mirror. Sarah, her life forever changed by the ordeal, watched as the mirror was carefully sealed in a specially crafted wooden box, locked away from the world. She knew that the mirror would forever hold the secrets of its sinister reflections, but she also understood the importance of keeping it hidden from those who might be tempted by its dark allure. In the end, Sarah's fascination with the enigmatic had led her to a place of terror and danger. The haunted mirror served as a stark reminder that some mysteries were best left untouched, some objects best left undiscovered. It was a chilling tale that would haunt her for the rest of her days, a story of sinister reflections and the darkness that lurked just beyond the glass.